Welcome back to Let's Binge. We're your hosts. I'm Carmie.
I'm Keilee.
We're back with a lot of information
From season 3.
Yeah. Today we're going to talk about episodes 4 through 6. So buckle up because
Is you just gonna show people your butt like that? That was rude.
Yeah, she is.
Okay. What do you think of these 3 episodes?
To be honest, don't quite remember. And yes, I just watched them.
I was gonna say.
I remember.
So
these were good.
Weirdest episode to be one of my favorite episodes, but the 5th episode is one of my favorites.
I really liked the 6th episode
The 6th, I really do enjoy the 6th, but for some reason, every time I need like a little like Teen Wolf in my life, I will go immediately to the 5th episode.
Really? That one like made me sad.
I don't know what it was.
I
don't know, but I just like that episode. Because the 6th one makes me sad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
at least part of it.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not just gonna skip over sad parts.
Yeah.
What is this? Newbie hour?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I figured I'd go over with you all the names of the alphas that we have met. Just to kind of give us a reminder.
Okay.
So we have Deucalion, who's the leader.
I call him Duke a lot of the time, by
So
the
do
way.
I.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I wasn't going to write out his full name. Only occasionally I do.
Yeah.
We have Ennis, which is the big guy.
Yes.
The big
He's
guy.
the bully.
Callie, the girl with the feet claws.
Gross.
Then we have Ethan, which is the gay twin. And Aiden, which is the straight twin.
Yes.
And so far that is all we kind of know them as.
Yes.
I wish it was more.
Yeah.
And then we have Marin Morel, which is the guidance counselor.
Yes.
And we just learned her name, so I figured I'd put that in there.
Yes. Cool. I a lot of time just going through this, I didn't write like any other names. I just did their like nicknames because I couldn't remember and I wasn't gonna like stop and look things up. So I'll try to remember that. But I'm probably gonna say this twin or that twin or girl or whatever. So
no, I get it because I had to write them down to remember.
Yeah.
So
cool. Well, diving into the first episode of today. Okay, episode 4 is called Unleashed.
Okay. Well, Scott tries to keep Isaac from engaging in a deadly confrontation with the twins in school. Stiles attempts to prove his theory that the killings have nothing to do with werewolves. Dun dun dun.
Okay. So
now he's home.
Okay. So we start this episode at the vet.
Yes.
Okay.
And we find out that mistletoe is poisonous for dogs and werewolves.
Yep.
Because that is what the dog is poisoned with.
Yes. And then the dog, they leave. The dog runs away from its owner.
Yes. And we found out its name's Bullet.
Yes, so cute. And he had other dogs too.
Yes, I can't remember what they were,
either,
but they were super
funny.
cute. Yeah. It was a military family.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah. And then
leave a comment below what they were if you know.
Yeah, please.
Somebody.
Because I don't remember. And then there's a trash monster.
Yes, we find out
whispering to this dude
and bit him.
Yeah.
Like we see that he shoves his hand under there and he thinks Bullet bit him.
Yeah.
He goes, Bullet, and then you see Bullet behind him.
And
you're like, what the fuck is under?
I seriously
I felt so bad for that dog.
I know, I seriously thought that the dog was gonna get taken. And I was like,
murder.
This episode will go in the trash if this dog dies.
I think they kept saying closer.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
The
You wrote
trash.
that down?
Yeah, the trash
Okay.
monster was whispering
Because I wrote
closer.
down closer and I was like, did they say that? Because that's all I wrote down was closer.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah. And then we flash to the teacher and
Derek
Derek.
scaring her.
Yeah. The teacher's name is Jennifer. Jennifer Blake? Miss
Jennifer
Blake?
Blake. Yeah. And we find out that Derek kind of cares about the pretty lady, Miss Jennifer Blake.
He likes her.
I said it's flirty Derek era.
Yes.
And
Flirty
it really
Derek's
is.
cute.
I love flirty Derek.
And then
I have a quote. I have a huge quote.
Seriously, this is one of, I think, my favorite lines so far in the whole show.
I have 2 quotes back to back. So they're both from the same scene.
Go for it.
Okay. He was like, could have, wait. Oh my god, what the fuck? Oh my god. I think Styles is like fucking with my mind.
Okay.
Because that's what it was. Okay, was he like, could he have been a virgin maybe? Did he look like a virgin? Was he, virginal? And Scott goes, no, definitely not. Deaton makes me have sex with all of his clients. It's a new policy. This was like Scott's first funny moment in this season.
Yep. Honestly, in the show.
I know, I was going to say in the show, but I was like, I think there was a few. No, I don't think so. And then we get to the big line, the big funny line. And you know who else is a virgin? Me. I'm a virgin, okay? And you know what that means? It means that my lack of sexual experience is now literally a threat to my life, okay? I need to have sex, like, right now. Someone needs to have sex with me, like, today. Someone needs to sex me right now. And then Danny closes the lever. Okay, I'll do it. Whoa, what? Come to my place at 9. Plan to stay the night. I like to cuddle. And Styles goes, that was so sweet. Are you kidding? And Danny goes, yes, I'm kidding.
He's like, you can't play with a man's
emotions.
See, this is like the best part about Styles is that like most men would be like, ew, gross, or whatever, but Styles is like, really? You would? Would you really? And this like banter between the two of them has been
oh my god, I loved it.
Season 1.
I know.
And it's amazing.
I need it to go on forever.
Me too.
But the next thing I have is Isaac's sweater era.
Oh my god.
Because he's in a sweater era.
The next thing I have is Coach saying, no fat asses.
Oh yes.
Because they're getting ready. The whole like lacrosse team has to do cross country and run or whatever.
Yes, and I have Speedy Werewolves and Werewolf Fight.
Hang on. I say no fat asses because he says it.
Yeah.
And it turns and they all have abs.
I know.
And he's like, okay.
Yeah. Can't have any fat asses on the lacrosse team.
Yeah.
All of them have
hardcore
6 packs.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. And then he's like, yeah.
But yeah, so then Isaac follows the twins.
And they be racing.
Scott. Then the twins fight him.
Mm-hmm.
Scott shows up to help. And then they find a dead body.
Of the kid from last night.
Yes, the trash monster's victim.
He was strangled with his own dog's leash.
Yep.
That was so disappointing.
So fucked up.
I have a quote from that moment. Because Coach was like, he's probably a homeless person. And Scott was like, he was a senior. And Coach goes, he wasn't on the team, was he?
Oh my god. And then Isaac thinks that the killings are the alphas.
And I have that quote as well.
Okay.
from Scott and Styles. Scott goes, seriously, dude, human sacrifices? And Styles goes, Scott, your eyes turn into yellow glow sticks, okay? It literally grows hair. Oh my god, I'm gonna restart that.
Yes.
That was, oh my god, what? I can't fucking speak today. Seriously, dude, human sacrifices? From Scott over here.
Mm-hmm.
And Styles goes, Scott, your eyes turn into yellow glow sticks, okay? Hair literally grows from your cheeks and then will immediately disappear. And if I were to stab you right now, it would just magically heal. But you're telling me you're having a hard time, you're having trouble grasping human sacrifices?
Yeah, and then Isaac wants to kill the alphas, which is just so hilarious because,
Mhm.
okay, Isaac, go ahead, try.
Right? Go for it.
And then I think we flash to Cora, staying with Derek,
Yes, yes.
and she's mad at him for something. I can't remember what.
I don't have any of that.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Oh, um, they're like Derek and Cora are fighting, or arguing really about something, and then the alphas show up.
Yeah, I have the alphas there.
Okay,
Yeah, I said Big Alpha and Girl Alpha came to fight Derek in a rematch.
yeah, so that's Callie and
Ennis.
Ennis. Um, and then Allison is asleep in um, French class.
Yeah.
And then Marin wakes her up. And I don't know what she said, but I put that Marin is sketchy.
Yeah.
So a little sketch. And then oh, Harris.
I was waiting for that moment.
Yeah, I said Harris is still around.
Yeah, I said Mr. Harris is back.
Yeah, we haven't seen him at all, and we're on episode 4.
Hair.
So
Honestly, I was hoping he was just gone forever.
same.
But he came back.
Yeah, unfortunately. So Harris is teaching class.
Isaac has to go to the bathroom.
Yep. And then the twins are in the hallway, and then they start beating up each other.
To make it look like Isaac beat one of them up.
And then I mean Isaac gets in trouble, I'm sure.
Yeah, he does.
By Harris.
And
then we find out
the straight twin is flirting with Lydia.
oh, yes.
And Styles is being insensitive.
Per usual.
Because he's trying to find a pattern.
Yep. We find out that the dog guy was not a virgin.
Yes, that's how he was being insensitive.
Yeah.
By asking his
girlfriend. And he gets a little smack-a-rooney on his face.
Yep. Deucalion wants Derek to kill one of his pack.
Yeah.
And
Duke wants Derek too.
What did I say, Derek?
Yeah, I don't know. That
Okay.
just sounded weird to me. But anyway, go
ahead. Then I have that Isaac doesn't want to work with Allison in class.
Yeah, I said that Allison and Isaac seem to have a vibe, and I don't know how to feel about that.
No comment.
You and I are gonna be arguing about that.
Okay. Erica, I felt so bad. We find out that Erica was Boyd's only friend.
Yeah, Boyd's back at school. We find out that the dog guy's name is Kyle, and that Boyd knew him. Yeah, and it was really sad. And Styles is just kind of like, yeah, sorry about that, dude.
He's like getting in a lot of people's faces right now, and I'm like, Styles, you need to stop.
Yeah.
Isaac starts holding secrets for Allison.
Do you want to say the secret? Oh. It's just that she was at the school and he didn't tell anybody.
Oh, that secret. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Isaac starts having a panic attack because the twins close the door and put a vending machine against it.
Yes. And we were also reminded that Allison stabbed Isaac 20 times with Chinese ring daggers.
Correct. Yes, that was like the last episode of season 12.
2.
2. I don't know why I said season 12. The season 2. Yeah. And then
Yeah.
Scott pulls Isaac out.
Yeah, because Isaac has PTSD from his father
yeah.
in small spaces, and so he was going all werewolf on Allison.
Yeah, and I put that I love this moment because it's the first alpha moment for Scott when he screams Isaac's name and Isaac snaps out of it. And I was just like fangirling about it because I love Scott.
I know, that was a good moment. Yeah, because I said Scott to the rescue, and then we also find out that the twins want to get someone hurt. They don't want to annoy them. They want to get them hurt.
Yeah, and Scott wants to get them really angry.
Yes, and then we flash to Lydia and Stiles.
Yep.
And I have the quote from Stiles because I love this quote. You know, there's a temple in Kaluta where they used to sacrifice a baby every day. That's every day. That's every day a dead baby, Lydia. Every day. Hey, you want to know what today is? It's Dead Baby Day. Oh, wait, that's every day. Because every day is Dead Baby Day. Yay!
Lydia's like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Always.
And then Stiles tells Lydia about the twins.
She didn't know they were the alphas. Yes.
And then we flash to the Three Stooges messing with the twins' bikes.
Yes. Before we get there. No. Yeah, so they're messing with the bikes.
Yeah.
And then we flash back to Stiles and Lydia.
Yeah.
Because they are talking about maybe what the next like threesome
sacrifices
will
be.
is.
Yeah.
And so I have a quote from that. I have a lot of, like I said this last episode.
Yeah.
But I have so many quotes this season because literally everything that comes out of their mouths, I'm like, oh, love that, love that,
yes,
love that.
Stiles especially.
Oh, yes. Okay. So Stiles goes, and then, I don't know, maybe it's 3 people who own little dogs. I own a little dog. I am not getting rid of my dog. Lydia goes to Stiles. And Stiles goes, would you just think of getting rid of your little dog? And Lydia goes, nope. And she tells him, sorry.
No, you're good.
I was just saying she tells Stiles to let Sheriff do his job.
Yes. And then Isaac rides the motorcycle into school. To get one of the twins suspended.
Yes.
So that goes
Aiden.
Wonderful. Yes. And then Stiles is at the vet asking Dr. D for some help.
Yes, and I said Dr. D has all the information.
Yep. And then we flash to Keilee
and Callie and Derek. She still has a pull in Derek.
Yeah. Duke wants Derek to be in the Alpha Pack.
And Duke Alien also knew Mama Hale.
Talia.
I love Talia.
Me too. I'm really sad that she's dead. It's quite unfortunate.
He also said that Derek looks like his mom, which is like...
Ugh, I know. I really feel sad for Derek in this season.
I know.
A lot. The season, like, sucks. Yeah. It's such a good season.
It is.
But it's really...
depressing.
It's a really sad season. Like, there's a lot of things that happen in this season where I'm like...
A lot of people die, too. So
yeah.
But I also have the whole Duke Alien freaking out moment.
Yeah, he's got some problems. He is a demon wolf.
Yes, he goes, I am the alpha of alphas. I am the apex of apex predators. I am death, destroyer of worlds. I am the demon wolf. Like, okay, I think you need to take a pill.
Yeah,
and calm down.
Seriously. Also, You think pretty highly of yourself, Mr. Deucalion.
Right?
And then
Callie took out the pole.
Yes, and then they leave.
Yes.
And then Danny tells Lydia, that she should be in art class
because she's not in music.
Correct.
And then the 15-minute rule hits.
Yep. The piano or music teacher is gone. There's a phone at the piano, and Lydia hears the
dun, 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 dun. Yeah, whatever.
The chanting.
I said Lydia hears the music.
Yes. And then I think we're back to we flash Dr. D after Lydia freaks the fuck out about the phone making noises.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
No, sorry.
Oh, no, you're good.
I was trying to read it, and I was like, what is that word? I thought it was a V, it was a U.
Oh.
I was like...
So we find out that the word druid
means
wise oak.
Yes. I said someone's copying druid practices.
Yes, and Dr. D knows what's going on. The second sacrifices of 3.
Yes, the music teacher has been the second sacrifice.
But we find out that they are soldiers of some kind.
Warriors.
And then we find out that poor Mr. Harris, sad day.
Oh, I'm so sad.
Is next.
I said the twins are pissed. And they are merging.
They morph together.
I like that. They morph.
I put morph.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Literally. The twins are morphing. That's gonna be the name of this episode.
Mighty Morphin.
The twins are morphing
into Power Rangers. But yes, Scott and so they morph in the hallway, and Isaac goes, "We can take him." And they growl, and Scott goes, "Are you kidding? Isaac!" He starts running away.
Yeah, Dookie Boy is not too happy with them.
Yeah, he cut the twins.
Yeah, with his cane. It was quite rude, actually.
Now Mr. Harris has been taken.
Yeah, I don't care. Yes. We never see him again.
No, and I'm okay with that.
Same.
So Duroc, we found out means dark oak.
Yes.
And it also means druid down the wrong path.
Yes. So then Derek is kicking Isaac out. I know. Which is so sad because Isaac thinks that he did something wrong.
I know. I said Derek being a trigger to Isaac.
Yeah.
And then he goes and stays at Scott's
house.
He
goes to Scott. It was so sad. And then Harris's body's found and he's dead.
Well, technically, we do see him begging for his life and find out he was either working or knew the killer.
Either way, he got dead.
He did get dead.
And that is how episode 4 ends.
Yeah. What do you think about it?
It was good. This was a puzzle piece episode.
Yes.
And I've started to they do this thing with this show, and I don't know if you've noticed, but one episode will be a flashback episode, and then another episode will be a puzzle piece episode, another episode will be a battle episode. And there's like a pattern with the episodes in this show. Yeah. Which I like. It gives some kind of variety to the episodes because not
giving kisses.
What's the matter? Because not all episodes can be like super intense and I mean they are, but like it's different with each episode. So let me go with me in the microphone, please. I love you. So what do you think about them?
I really do enjoy this episode. Obviously you heard of all my quotes, I was gonna say. Yeah. A lot of quotes that I love in this episode. Yeah. Season 3 just warms my heart just a little every time I watch it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's sad, but it's really good.
Each season has gotten better.
Except for the CGI. Yeah, well, that stays the same.
It's gotten worse.
Episode 5.
My favorite episode.
Okay, now I remember why I didn't like this episode.
Well, that hurts.
I know, I'm sorry. Episode 5 is called Frayed.
Yes. En route to a cross-country meet, Scott and his friends flash back to the events of a fatal Oh, sorry. I'm going to redo this. Because I was like, hold on. Preemptive, yeah. Okay. En route to a cross-country meet, Scott and his friends flash back to the event of a fatal preemptive strike against the Alphas.
So, I didn't like this episode because it was a flashback episode.
Really?
And these ones, for me, they're enjoyable to watch, but they're not enjoyable for this.
I get it.
Yeah, it's hard to, like,
Yeah.
keep track of all that's happening because you're seeing them in present time, but you're also seeing what's happening in the flashback. Yeah. So, but it is a good episode.
It is, yeah.
Come here, bees. Okay, we're done.
So, what do you have first?
I said stormy bus scene.
Oh, I said, what are they thinking about?
Yeah, I said what happened? Question mark, because they're all like, Scott's in pain and not healing. Isaac and Aiden, is it Aiden?
Boyd.
And Boyd are all like broody and just like in their minds about.
And Ethan keeps checking his phone.
Ethan, yes.
Aiden's been suspended.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, Ethan is checking, waiting for a message.
Yes.
Oh, I said, yeah. Then we flash back and someone fell from Scott's grip. We can't tell who yet. Shut up.
I put who it was because I just knew.
Well, the viewers don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, what do you have next?
Styles wanting to talk about Duroc.
Oh,
in the best way possible. Duroc. It's a verb?
Yeah,
or whatever
like,
it was.
They're
it's
like
a noun?
studying for the SATs.
Yeah, SAT words.
Yeah, and he's giving Scott words, and he the next word is
Duroc.
Noun. Used in a sentence or whatever.
Yeah. And Styles regrets going to the cross-country meet after what happened.
Mm-hmm. And
Scott isn't healing.
Scott's not healing. He's in a lot of pain because
Derek's dead.
Derek is dead. What the fuck? Was my reaction. Okay.
I have a heart.
As a viewer watching it, yes, I've seen the show before. However, it's been so long that I don't remember anything. One, I was pissed off at that's how they chose to kill Derek. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, we don't see like he didn't get to die in a current time.
Yeah.
We get to see the flashback
of it,
which is like fucked up, first of all. Second, we have to wait all episode to get any kind of full explanation, and it's literally the last thing said before the intro song. Derek is dead.
Yeah. I'm glad you don't remember this and you're going over this because this is, as I said, it's one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah.
So I've seen it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
And so watching it, I'm just like, oh yeah, this happens,
Yeah.
Like I know exactly what happens when it happens. Like,
yeah. So we get both perspectives. Somebody who has seen it
about a million times. At least this episode precisely.
And somebody, yes, I've seen it,
but it's been so long.
I don't remember.
It's been almost 8 years.
Yeah, I remember season 1 quite a bit.
Yeah.
Didn't remember season 2, and I remember part 2 of season 3.
That is definitely a more memorable.
But I do not remember
This
part.
I feel like this part
Part A or whatever.
part A of this season is definitely a lot more forgettable, just because the second part overshadows it so much.
Which is sad because this season
It's really good.
good. Yeah.
And there's some really good moments in it.
So, anyway, that was just my little rant about Derek's death.
Yeah.
We can continue.
So next we flash to Allison and Lydia
Following
behind.
the bus.
She's mounting the bus.
In Lydia's words.
And Allison is taking care of herself.
Yes.
Constantly. That is like the only words.
I can take care of myself.
Constantly.
Okay, Allison. We get it. Everybody's just trying to help, but okay.
Yeah.
And then I think we go to a flashback of Scott. Scott found Allison's arrow in the school parking lot.
Yeah.
And he went to her house.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a little flirty moment. And they almost kissed. I was like,
I know. Yeah. Scott proved he was faster, and they had almost kissed.
That scene, I was just like, yes.
And then we find out that the alphas scare the hell out of Scott.
Yep.
And that they live in the same building as the Argents.
Yep.
Right above them, actually.
Yep. Quite unfortunate.
Yeah. And Derek's pack is going after the alphas.
Yep. And then Lydia is still sleeping with Aiden, which really was fun to find out for everybody else.
Right.
Boyd is pissed the fuck off and is gonna do something.
Mm-hmm.
Or wants to do something.
Yes,
he won't, but whatever. And then I think flashback, Duke was taunting Scott in the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go back to present time, and Cora and Peter are at the crime scene, the fight scene, the where Derek died scene.
Yeah. And we found out, so they all end up fighting. And so it was the alphas versus Derek versus Scott and
Derek's pack versus the alphas pack
with Scott
plus Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Allison somewhere in the middle.
It's like Derek and Scott's pack.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, they share a pack, really.
Yeah.
Plus Allison.
And then we flash back to the bus.
Yeah.
And Jared is car sick. Never see Jared again, but Jared gets a name. Jared is car sick.
I know. Jared is car sick.
And then Scott will stop Isaac and Boyd if he needs to.
Yes. And then Cora and Peter think that Derek is still alive, or they hope he's still alive because his body is not at the scene anymore. And then Dr. D.
Okay, wait.
Okay.
So there's a few things I wanted to go over. So just like pointing things out, kind of already stuff we've gone over. Because Lydia and Aiden are still having sex. Allison brought Lydia with to keep an eye on her.
Yep.
And I thought it was funny because Lydia and Allison were like right behind the bus.
And then in the traffic, they're like 20 cars behind.
Yes.
I know.
I wanted to point that out. I thought that was so funny. And I think about that every time I watch it. I'm like,
I know. I don't know how that happened, especially because it's literally a one-lane road.
Right? I know.
So,
I was like, how slow are they going? Yeah. People are just passing them at this point.
They're also almost out of gas.
Yes. And then Keilee let Scott know exactly where he lived.
Yep.
We find out Scott couldn't save Derek when he tried to.
Yep.
And then when Peter and Cora ran into each other, I have a quote. It's just me, your uncle Peter. Wait, it's just me, your uncle. Uncle Peter. Uncle Peter, who killed Sister Laura. Not my finest hour, no.
I have a love-hate relationship with Peter so far this season. But in this episode, I love Peter.
Do you know what this means? Did one of them get up to walk out?
Oh, that's what Peter and Cora think.
Oh,
One
yes,
of them
yes,
walked
yes.
out of one of them walked out alive.
Yes, yeah.
They just don't know which one.
Mm-hmm.
Either Derek or
Ennis.
I will never remember that dude's name ever.
And then I have a quote from Styles about Ethan.
So do I.
You go first.
I have a very perceptive eye for evil. You know that.
So I have that, but I have it longer.
And Styles persistently texts Danny.
Yes. So I have Ethan keeps checking his phone like every 5 minutes. It's like he's waiting for something, like a message or a signal or some kind. I don't know, something evil though. I can tell. I have a very perceptive eye for evil, but you know that. And I said Styles making Danny do his dirty work.
Literally, poor Danny.
Styles' constant text.
I was like, dude. And then
Danny Ethan looking back at them like, and they both go, boom.
And then Danny eventually puts his phone away, but it keeps buzzing or making a ringtone. And Ethan's like, can you get that? And then
we find out Ennis isn't dead yet.
Yes, because Ethan is waiting for news about a sick family member.
Mm-hmm.
And then Marin brings the alphas to Dr. D's office.
Yes,
I knew last season that she had problems. Okay, I knew she was going to be a problem, and here we go. Okay. She's the alphas' emissary, or whatever that word was.
Yes, we find out that a little later.
Yeah, but that's why she's with the alphas.
Yes.
So she's what Deaton is to
Scott,
to the alphas.
Yes. And I just said Dr. D's being a badass in his neutral tones.
I love him. His voice he is never scared.
I know.
He is never concerned. He is always just calm, Mr. Dr. Deaton.
Then we switch back to Coach, and he is telling Jared, do not vomit. I am an empathetic vomiter.
And then Styles.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, God.
So the blood on Scott's wound is turning black.
Yeah, he is not healing, and he doesn't know why.
Yeah.
Yet.
And then I put Coach Styles and Coach's whistle. And then after that, just a quote from Styles. Okay!
Oh, yeah, because Styles wants him to stop the bus or pull over or whatever.
For a little break.
For Scott.
Mm-hmm. And then Styles goes to Jared and he goes, hey, Jared, how you doing?
And then
I said Grinch smile.
The evil.
Because I think I saw an interview where Dylan O'Brien said that's what he thought about was Jim Carrey's Grinch.
Yeah.
When he did that smile.
It really was.
Oh, for sure.
Like his eyebrows buried and his smile got...
And then when they're all evacuating the bus, one of the students goes, ew, I got some on my shoe. And Coach goes, Jared, you suck. And he goes, hey, someone grab some towels or a mop or a new bus.
Or a new bus. Hey, at least it wasn't Greenberg's fault this time.
Right? I know, right?
Yes. So then Styles, Scott, and Allison go into the...
Lydia.
And Lydia go into the bathroom. And Lydia, being a genius that she is, says that Scott just has to believe that he's healing. He's blaming himself
for Derek's
for
death.
Derek's death, and that's why he's not healing.
Mm-hmm.
So sad.
And I said Victoria's haunting Allison.
Yeah, I said Allison's hallucinating her mom.
And she is stitching Scott back up while it happens.
Yep, Scott's trapped in his mind while she's like doing this, and he just is like flashing back to Derek falling over the edge.
Yeah.
And then he wakes up.
Isaac has Scott's back. Scott isn't alone. I think that was in the flashback.
Yes, yeah. Alice.
Because Scott was like, I'm gonna go get dinner alone.
Oh yeah.
And Isaac's like, you don't have to do it alone. I'm here.
Yep.
And then they show up and Isaac's like, I was really hungry.
And then Allison refuses to leave Scott again.
So she leaves her car behind instead.
Correct. Isaac snaps and starts beating up Ethan. Scott Alpha yells again.
Isaac!
Yep. Oh,
And
I love it when he does that.
And Isaac like stops.
I know.
Everybody's like yelling at him, and then Scott's like, Isaac!
I love the echo sound that they do when an alpha's yelling at the little guys.
The beta.
Yeah. It's really hot when Scott does it. I don't know why. Anyway.
So Deucalion killed Ennis. I said head squished.
Oh my god. Yeah. Derek and Cora are at the vet. No, Peter and Cora are at the vet. Sorry. Yeah. I did not do a very good pee.
Oh, yeah.
And then...
Yeah, I said fighting between two packs.
Yeah, Duke kills Ennis.
Mm-hmm.
That's so sad.
And then...
Is that the last time we see him, though?
No. And then we find out that Deucalion wants Derek to kill Boyd. Yeah. He's making him do it.
Yep.
Allison to the rescue, I said.
Then we see a flashback of the fight between the Alphas and Derek's pack. Yep, Allison showed up to help against Chris's wishes.
Mm-hmm.
And she starts flinging her arrows around.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, she's so fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see Scott has some... What is your problem?
I was waiting for you to say it.
Scott has some alpha eyes?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
So I was flashing my eyes at you very strangely.
You're giving me Styles eyes right now, and like... I just see Scott being like...
Idiot.
Yeah, Scott has some alpha eyes in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm so excited for him.
Then we flash to Scott's... We find out Scott scratched Ennis's leg.
Yep.
Making Ennis and Derek fall.
Yes. So he blames himself. And then Styles and Lydia are talking about the druids.
On the bus in front of everyone.
Yeah.
I said Styles and Lydia talking about private business on bus. Like, don't do that. There. Yeah. People can hear you.
And then I put a little side note for us that the bad guys this season, first part of season 3, are the druids, or the Duroc, and the alphas.
Yes.
Which, I might add, is a lot less than season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like every character you met was a
bad guy.
Yeah.
So they're fighting a lot less in the beginning of this season. Scott and Allison are talking.
And Allison was looking at Scott's eyes.
Yeah.
Didn't she say, like, something's different or something?
She said, I was looking into your irises. I don't know. She said something about how they look different. And then Dr. D and Marin are brother and sister.
Dr. D is Marin's big brother.
Yep. And then I just have Lady Teacher and Derek, which is Jennifer and Derek. I don't know why I put that.
Because Derek, all injured and shit, runs to her. I said Derek
Mm.
really needs to stop going to the school when he's dying. Anyone could see him.
Literally in the same parking lot because he like bloody hands her
Yeah.
window. And that's where that episode ends. I think it was a good episode. It really was, and it gave us hope for Scallison, and there's just a lot more. There's a lot more episodes in this season that I liked more than that one.
Yeah.
This episode,
Yes, this is a really good episode.
Chef's Kiss, they did a really good job.
They did such a good job
And
on
it's
this
very
episode.
comparable to an episode from season 2.
Really?
Which they make the comparison at Styles makes the comparison in this episode.
Yes, he does.
So I really like this episode. I don't know. I think it gave me like, because it took place at a motel, it just gave me like vibes. Okay.
It was really good.
It gave me like my serial killer show vibes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I really liked this episode. Also, there's like ghosty vibes, so it was just good.
Yes.
So episode 6 is called Motel California, which is an Eagles reference.
Really?
To the Hotel California.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, anyway.
The friends are all driven to despair by bizarre hallucinations when they're forced to spend the night in a motel with a disturbing history. Well, elsewhere, Derek finds solace with Jennifer.
Gross.
Yep.
Not gross currently. Gross in the future. But good for Derek.
Yeah.
Anyway, so okay. So I made the Hotel California reference because you know what that song's about?
No.
Hotel California. Okay, so it's basically, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but my understanding of the song is that it's for people who do drugs or whatever go to this hotel to seek solace.
Oh.
But they're all crazy. They all go crazy at this hotel. So
yeah,
they named it Motel California because it's not in a hotel, it's in a motel, but there's connection. I don't know. I thought it was interesting. I gathered some similarity from the song, so whatever. I just was like, good job, Hollywood. Good job, MTV.
Yeah. So the actual motel is called Motel Glen Capri.
Yes. Correct. It's in the middle of nowhere. Okay, so I started doing this thing when I was writing out the. Did you remember something?
No, I was trying to figure out what I wrote.
Oh. So I started doing this thing because the intro scene is so long that I just do like word, comma, sentence, comma. Like I just do the whole intro in like one bullet point.
Yeah.
So you can stop me if you have like more specific things to add, but I just have, we see a truck. It pulls up to this motel. There is an injured man.
Yeah.
It's 1977, so this is in the past. We see that he has a werewolf bite.
On the side.
On the side. He shoots himself in the head, and then we see his ID, and he was an Argent.
Yeah, so I put, before we found out he was an Argent, so we saw the werewolf bite and he shot himself, and I said, Hunter? And then it was confirmed. I was like, yes, he's an Argent.
So he is a hunter, and that's why he killed himself. So, yeah. And then we flash to present day.
And we find out the meet has been moved till the next day.
Yep, the bus arrives at the motel. And Lydia immediately gets bad vibes.
Yeah. And then Coach is handing them keys, and he goes, keep your dirty little hands to your dirty little selves.
Yep. Yeah. And Scott...
Lydia... Oh, sorry.
No,
I was just going to say, Lydia also says a lot can happen in one night.
Yes.
Which she is so true.
I know. Sometimes I watch these episodes and I'm like, I'm sorry, that was supposed to be one day.
Right?
That took a whole day for me to process.
And so they all end up in their rooms.
Yeah, Scott and Styles are trying to problem solve together with a list of suspects.
So Styles started out with 10. That goes down to 9 because he had Derek on there twice.
Yes.
Down to 4.
Yep.
And we'll find out the 4 suspects in a moment.
Mm-hmm.
But I just have this quote when they're talking about Styles and his suspects.
Mm-hmm.
So we find out that I think it was it was Dr. Deaton that he
Mhm.
thinks
Mm-hmm.
is the suspect.
Yep.
And so then there's a quote and it says, Scott goes, like Matt, oh my God. So Scott goes, like, remember Matt, we didn't know he was killing people. And Styles goes, excuse me? I'm sorry, what? Yes, we did. I called that from day one, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And Scott goes, yeah, but we never really seriously thought it was Matt. And Styles goes, I was serious. I was quite serious, actually. Deadly serious. No one listened to me.
Yep. Yeah, so his list is Derek, Cora, Dr. D, and Lydia.
Technically, Derek's not on there anymore because it's only down to the 4 minus Derek. Because he says he has 4 suspects now. He's crossed off Derek completely.
Yeah, that was 4. Derek, Cora, Dr. D, and Lydia.
Mr. Harris was one of them.
But he's dead.
That we know of.
He's missing.
Yes, he's missing.
I don't think they ever find his body.
Nope. But
it's not mentioned, at least.
Yes, so Styles still has, because he is missing, Styles has Mr. Harris on there.
Yes.
Scott hasn't seen Star Wars. Sorry, I had to put that out there.
Neither of you.
Okay, well, this is our friendship.
Have you?
This is our friendship.
We are the Scott and Styles. Yeah, so and then Derek and the teacher are together. She's trying to save his life.
Yeah.
Jennifer. I just put teacher because I couldn't remember her name. But
well, we don't fully learn it. Like, I feel like
we learned it last episode.
Did we?
Yeah. When Derek and her were together, she or he says her name, and so that's why I put whatever. It was like 2 seconds, but I wrote it down, but then I forgot that I wrote it down, and then never called her by her name until way later.
Yeah.
When I was like,
I just kept calling her teacher lady for the longest time.
Same. That's what I put.
Literally, I wrote it down in the description, and I was like, she doesn't have a name.
Yeah. Yeah. So where was I? Oh yeah. So Jennifer's trying to save Derek. She doesn't know what to do. And then Chris is at the fighting crime scene.
Mm-hmm.
I put for what? For why?
He's looking at the fight scene. He's trying to examine it.
Yeah, he's being a little sketchy bitch.
And then before you get too far, I just want to flash back to when Scott and Styles were in the room because I really just enjoyed this.
Mm-hmm.
When before the scene ended, they both laid down on the bed at the same time. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to. No, I just had to put that in there. Red eyes.
Scott gets red eyes again, but it only lasts for a sec.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said Boyd is possessed.
I said Boyd in a trance.
Yeah, and he punches the vending machine.
Yeah, he punches through glass to get food.
Yeah,
and Styles just takes the food afterwards.
Yeah, that works. Doesn't question it.
I like that Styles was like, I have the trick for these things, and it's like that hospital trick.
Mm-hmm.
Where you
literally
knock the thing over.
Yeah. And then Allison is in the shower.
Mm-hmm, and Scott is in their bathroom.
Scott's being a little possessed and pervy.
And he doesn't, when he flashes back out of it, he doesn't remember what he was doing.
Yeah, so then he leaves.
And we flash to Lydia talking to the front desk lady.
She's getting towels.
And she goes, what's 148? Mm-hmm. And I said, days, maybe?
Yeah.
Like, maybe that something hasn't happened.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, we have the most guest suicides.
Yep.
So it was people.
And then Isaac is staring at a fuzzy TV.
Yeah, he was watching Static.
So far, all of the werewolves are super
fucking freaking out.
Weird right now.
Jennifer is still helping Derek.
Yep. And then
he's bleeding black blood. We need to put that up.
Yes. Yep. And then Chris and Allison are on the phone. He knows that she went to help at the fight.
Yeah.
Which they're both lying to each other. They're both,
they need to stop.
Yeah. But Chris is being extra little weird.
Yeah.
And then the Jennifer is listening for Derek's heartbeat.
Mm-hmm. And then Lydia talks about how she was saying, like about the whole people suicide thing.
Yep.
She said it's about 5 people per year over 40 years.
Yep.
And she also hears a suicide pact.
Yep.
And voices and whispering.
Yep. She's starting to hear people talk. And then we go to Boyd, who's hearing a voice of a girl named Alicia.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Lydia wants to leave. Isaac is hearing noises and voices of his dad.
And Boyd finds Alicia in the ice.
Yep. And then Allison and Lydia go to the front desk to talk to that lady again, and the number went from 198 to 201.
About 3 more suicides are gonna happen.
3. Count them, 3. And then Boyd, Isaac, and Scott are who they think are the 3.
Mm-hmm.
Scott is hallucinating Duke and Melissa together.
And that Duke killed Melissa.
Yep. And then Styles snaps him out of it. And then he gets a text. And Styles gets a text from Lydia.
Yes. And then we flash to Ethan and Danny making out. And maybe more.
Yep.
And then Ethan's bones are being weird. And Ethan is seeing things in his stomach.
I said, what the fuck's up with Ethan's spine? And face and stomach.
Yeah.
And then I put that he was also hallucinating.
And I forgot who says this, but I think it might have been Lydia. Or Allison that said we were meant to come here. I think it was Lydia.
I can't remember.
It was no, it was Lydia talking to Styles, saying, "I think we were meant to come here for the sacrifices."
For the sacrifices,
3 werewolf sacrifices, maybe.
Lydia and Allison and Styles think that it's another sacrifice of 3.
Mm-hmm.
Ethan is trying to rip out the frickin'.
Yeah. So I have a quote from that really quick.
He's trying to kill himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so before we find out it's Ethan, Allison goes, "It sounds like someone turned on the handsaw." And Styles goes, "Handsaw?"
And then we flash really quick to Derek. He's still not healing. Yeah. And Jennifer's like,
yeah.
Anyway.
Ethan tries to cut the thing out of himself.
Yep. And then they stop him he gets like burnt.
He gets burnt. And he kind of wakes up.
Yeah, and he's like, "What the hell is going on?"
Yeah.
And they're like, "I don't know, bro.
You tell me.
Kill yourself."
And then Styles compares Lydia's birthday party to the motel.
Mm-hmm. And Styles accuses Lydia
of doing it, which did not go over well. Yeah. And then we see Boyd. We see Boyd hearing him, a younger self of his, talking to the police about Alicia.
Yep. And then Boyd goes to the front office to get it. I thought. Wait. I'm not even there yet. Hang on.
Yeah, no. We flash back to Derek.
I don't know.
So we flash back to Derek. He's protecting Jennifer from himself, and he is doing the whole makeout thing and a little more as well, which is unfortunate.
I said spicy. Yay for Derek.
I wrote Derek and Jennifer are doing the makeout thing, and the sexy times.
Yeah. And then Boyd goes to the front office and looks barefoot and looks at his safe. I originally thought he was trying to get a gun out of there. I don't know why that was like my first.
I wasn't sure what he was doing in there, but like, yeah.
Turns out no.
He was getting
He was getting the safe to
Lydia to
drown himself.
Yes. Lydia was
Um,
hearing a baby crying.
Scott open. Oh, Scott's door is open, so he's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lydia is hearing a baby cry, knows someone is drowning.
Boyd's in the bath,
Yep.
drowning himself.
Lydia and Styles try to help Boyd. Lydia finds Isaac under the bed. Oh, that bothered me.
Why?
Him being under the bed bothered me.
Yeah.
Like it gave me the heebie-jeebies. I just didn't like her going down and looking under the bed. I was like, no.
I don't know. I kind of like that scene. I don't know why. But yeah, so Lydia and Styles help Boyd and Isaac, and we find out that heat gets the werewolves out of killing themselves mode.
Yep.
And so Lydia, they threw a flare in the bath.
Yeah.
Then Styles going,
Hi, Isaac.
And then we find out that Scott has the third flare.
Oh my god.
And he has poured gasoline on himself.
I can't.
I have a huge quote from this because I couldn't leave it. I had to
I cried when so I'll let you do your whole quote, but really quick before you get there. We flash to Derek starting to heal from the sex.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've in between the two quotes I have Derek healing.
Yeah. And then just before you read it, Scott's speech made me cry.
Yeah, it's a heavy
second time that I've cried watching this show.
I had a feeling you were gonna cry.
Cried so many times so far, and I just in these first few episodes we watched, and this I could not. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'll tell you the first quote, and then I'll tell you the second one because they're separated between Derek healing. So Styles goes, Scott, listen to me, okay? This isn't you. All right, this is someone inside your head telling you to do this, okay? And then Scott goes, what if it isn't? What if it is just me? What if doing this is actually the best thing that I could do for everyone? Derek heals. And and then Scott goes, it all started that night. That night I got bitten. You remember the way it was before that? You and me. We were nothing. We weren't popular. We weren't good at lacrosse. We weren't important. We were no one. Maybe I should just be no one again. No one at all. And Styles goes, Scott, just listen to me, okay? You're not no one. You're someone. You're Scott. You're my best friend, okay? I need you. Scott, you're my brother, all right? So if you're going to do this, then I think you're just going to have to take me with you.
Styles steps into the gasoline.
I know, I said big best friend moment.
Yeah.
And then Lydia sees something in the fire. And she jumps.
She pushes Scott and Styles out of the explosion.
Yeah, and she sees creepy face.
I put druid because I didn't.
I've just been calling it creepy face.
Yeah.
And
I either call it a druid, a Duroc, or eventually. Yeah.
Yeah. And then she hears the music.
Yep. And then that scene just.
And then
top notch.
And then we flash to Scott, Styles, Lydia, Allison, Isaac, and Boyd all sleeping on the bus.
And Coach is like, I'm not even gonna ask.
Yeah, and then the meet is canceled. The Boyd is canceled.
The Boyd is canceled.
Boyd has been canceled.
And then Ethan
sat next to Scott
and tells Scott that Derek is alive.
They think Derek is alive.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say that we found out that Derek's
alive. Oh yeah, Derek's totally alive. That wasn't a flashback or anything. He's completely alive.
Tell. Yeah. So
and then we find out Coach had wolfsbane in his whistle.
And oh yeah, Lydia finds it in his whistle. I can't remember. That scene was funny.
Yeah,
she was like, "Can I have your whistle for a sec?"
Yeah, and he's like, "I'm gonna need that back."
Throws it out the window.
Styles did. He's still
yeah.
And then we
have a huge.
So the Duroc poisoned the werewolf through Coach.
Yep.
Chris is has been going to visit Gerard. This is the second.
Gerard's alive.
Oh yeah, that does happen. Yeah, he's going to visit Gerard 2 times in a month.
Yep.
And Deucalion bit Alexander Argent in 77.
Yep. So Chris asks him about the Argent's death at the motel. Yeah.
And that's
the end of episode 6 and the end of this podcast episode.
not the end for us.
No. That was
amazing. I love that episode.
So good. These 3 episodes are so good. I get like goosey.
I know. I love these episodes.
Yeah. This is a good season. I'm so excited for the next episode or the next set of episodes that we watch.
Yes.
It's just so good. Nobody said the name of these episodes. It's honestly becoming a little less. There are in future times.
Yeah.
I know that it gets said, but so far I think it's the name of the episodes have been said for episode 1 and 3.
Yeah.
So they are being said, but
sort of.
It's a little less and less. It's definitely more than season 2.
Yeah.
Definitely more than season 2. But yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are following along. If not, I hope you guys want to watch Teen Wolf after hearing all this stuff. Obviously, huge spoiler alert.
Oh, for sure. But like,
it's fine. Maybe it'll make you want to watch it because we're not like we can't capture
the show without spoiling it, which is unfortunate.
Well, it's not even that. We're not capturing the full like emotional aspect of watching this show. The full, like honestly, it's funny. It's
funny. It's serious. It's dramatic. It's emotional. It's
supernatural. Like this show is just so good.
It has action. It is supernatural.
There are cringy parts, but it's MTV in the 2010s.
Yeah,
you know, like,
there's not much we can do about that, unfortunately.
But it is getting so much better. Each season just gets better and better. The storylines get better. This season is a lot more, and this is why we broke it up more
into 3 episodes
because there's just so much as the show continues, and
we just want to go over everything and be able to talk about everything with you guys, with us.
Yeah.
And that way we're just not rushing through it.
Yeah.
Because there is just so much. Like, I was just looking at this, episode 7.
I know.
I hit 5 pages.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I got 3 full pages.
I literally wrote on top of it, big episode.
Yeah. So we'll start next podcast episode with a big episode. We're halfway
through the first
half
of the half.
We're a quarter of the way through season 3 and we're at 6 episodes. So yeah, but if you guys have any suggestions or anything for us,
we kind of said this last episode. If you guys want us to take a break, watch something else, let us know.
As always, you can email us. It will be in the description.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yep. And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.